Not one banana, the one he likes, but that's Spider 2 snag, and he knows what I'm talking about, but using Anquan Bolden as the fullback. Come on! Football!
It's another film breakdown here on the O-Line Committee YouTube channel. If you're new, we got a couple former NFL players, a decade and a half in the NFL trenches. Well, Boone's not here today, but Jeremiah Sirles is here. And we both had, we're going to break down the final sequence of the Buccaneers tying the game and then the Chiefs game-winning drive. So Chiefs fans are going to love this film breakdown. If you're new, click the subscribe button and the like button. Welcome to the O-Line Committee. But we had the same reaction when the Buccaneers scored that touchdown, and they're down by 1, and there's very little time left. Go for 2.
You have to.
And they kicked the extra point. Dude, Baker Mayfield, the look on his face when that coin hit the wet grass.
Yep.
And he knew. He threw his head back like,
I'm not getting the ball. He knew it. He's like, I will not touch the football again. This game is over. Go for 2, man. It happened again. What was it? The Patriots last week? Who was it last week? Yeah, the Patriots last week or someone when we were screaming. I'm screaming.
It was this week. It was this week. Yeah.
Go for 2. Right? Like, you're on the road against the defending national champions, double-time world champions. You got them on the ropes, dude. Don't be a coward. Go for it. And they didn't, and you get what you do. There's actions have consequences.
So I saw a couple infuriating things. Let's run. This is the third to last play of the fourth quarter drive for the Bucs. So we'll kind of mix in commentary about what happened, but then this is a film breakdown. So you tell us from your perspective what you're seeing.
Well, I thought the Buccaneers did a great job on this drive of having Kansas City on their heels. Right, going tempo seemed to really kind of get Spags out of his blitz bag and just rely on guys to get home. I mean, 94 does a great swim move to the inside here. Trey Palmer right here, great play by Baker. Right, they just run a quick crossing route over the middle. Drew Quink,
94
with the quick beat. I mean, you can Arrowhead's loud. I mean, you can see that's Luke Gadecki. He's looking into the center. Right, he's like, I can't hear anything.
Helmet.
Yeah, they'll never know. You won't even notice if you wear them. Right, comes through here. So right here, I don't know why you call timeout. Right, Todd Bowles calls a timeout right here. There's like 37 seconds left. Just get up there and run a play. You have a timeout. Get up there and run a run play. Right, make it go down. Run a run play. If it doesn't work, burn a timeout. Then go from there because they left way too much time as it is. Like they scored here.
Regard, yeah.
They scored here with like 27 seconds left. Ask Buffalo how that went for them.
Yeah.
Right? Like this is Patrick Mahomes. Don't give him the ball back. So they throw the first one, it's incomplete. They come back in here. They come in here, play action, come across, and McDuffie, I'm pretty sure that's McDuffie 22. He just gets caught with his eyes in the backfield.
Yeah, that's McDuffie.
Right. McDuffie gets caught with his eyes in the backfield. He's thinking this is going to be a handoff or something quick to Ricard maybe out there. And you can just see him right there. Eyes never leave the backfield. And this dude just shoots out right underneath him. And when you're this tight, 1 or 2 steps makes a complete difference in this ball game. Right. See here, he never gets his eyes on his guy. He takes 1 step forward in run support here. And that's all it takes right there. Panic drop. Oh shit. Not good. Damn it.
So you score that touchdown. I'm just going to back it up so we can watch them celebrate this. Look at that. Here we go. We got a touchdown. Got less than 30 seconds to go, which on one hand, totally agree with you. That's way too much time when a field goal wins the game.
With
but also
Bucker's leg, because Bucker can hit it from 60.
Yeah, but also okay, you have a chance here. What prevents coaches from going for 2? I saw some analytics, and I'm a big stats guy here, big analytics guy. But I saw ESPN had something. It was like ESPN stats and information that there was only a 1% better chance to win the game kicking the extra point, so that the analytics favored kicking the extra point. To which I say, bullshit. I literally rerun those metrics with Patrick Mahomes and DeAndre Hopkins and this version of Travis Kelce. Doesn't make any sense. You're telling me you don't have a play in your bag? You just designed one right here to get you the win on the spot. Also, what do you have to? You're the Buccaneers, man. Like, you're sitting here, you're 2 games behind the Falcons in your division. Take a chance on something here.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. If you have a chance to win the football game with the ball in your hands, die with the ball in your hands. There's nothing worse than turning the ball over. And I know it's a team game and you're going to, our defense, this, that, and the other thing.
We trust our defense.
No.
Do you?
No, you don't.
Why
you don't.
do you trust
no
your
one
defense?
trusts their defense against Patrick Mahomes with the fourth quarter. It's like Tom Brady, right?
Kirk Cousins carved you up with the game on the line for 500 yards. Like,
don't put it on the defense. If you have them here, go for it. So they don't, and they end up getting it. And again, they go down. The Chiefs, DeAndre Hopkins drops, or that's just a missed right before they get to overtime. That third down. If Hopkins has been there all year and sees that side adjust, he turns around, Mahomes hits him right there, and he runs for 5 more yards, and they're like one play away from field goal.
Yeah.
Right. But so they have to force a punt, so they do their thing. But the second there it goes, you just go ahead. And now this was just a methodical death by a spoon cut all the way down the field.
Just demoralizing. Just.
How good has Hunt been for them?
Yeah.
Right? Coming off the street, coming back home, and just being a workhorse back there with Isaiah Pacheco being out.
So they're sitting here. They have literally, in a season in which they're 8-0, have not lost a game yet. All of a sudden, if you would have said 3 months ago, hey, by the way, so Kareem Hunt's going to wind up being the workhorse running back, and DeAndre Hopkins is going to wind up being your number 1 wide receiver, and Travis Kelce, who you thought was cooked, is going to wind up with 24 catches in 2 weeks, totally back.
Rashee Rice gone for the year.
Yeah, Pacheco,
Just a quick, easy route. Get him out there. They had a hard time tackling him all night long. Look at the coach. Look at the coach right there. Go back. Watch the coach in the red here. He's like, wrap him up. Wrap him up. Right? I can just hear the coach screaming right here. I said, wrap him up. Wrap him up, damn it.
These guys bro, we've been playing for 3 hours in the rain against the 2-time defending champions. Go for 2. That's what you guys should have done.
Right. So they come back here. They run. Gosh, look, before we go to the back end, look at this Chiefs O-line just creating a new line of scrimmage. Right? You talk about the ball's on the 39. Right? The ball's right there on the 39.
41. Matt, you're 41. A math guy. I know.
Yeah, that's tough for me.
Nebraska.
41.
Go
right?
Huskers.
41. Yeah. Baylor Bears guy. Right? They come through here. Watch the double teams across the board here. They establish a new line of scrimmage 2 yards down the field. So right there, they make contact at the 41, right? Watch where they end up at.
Just moving.
Oh,
man.
First contact's not till the 44, 45. Granted, he runs into a wall named Vita Vea, but at the same time, if you're going to be getting 2-3 yards before contact, that's just the sign of a defense being gassed and an offensive line starting to feel themselves.
So it's funny because I even debated, there's 9 plays on this, and we'll go through all of them. And I debated cutting out a couple of the more just inconsequential. And this was one of the plays I was like, yeah, did we really need to? And it was like a 3 or 4 yard gain. But I think you nailed it from what you're saying. This is less about the 3 or 4 yard gain and more about, there's no way they can stop the Chiefs.
No. I was watching this going, they're cooked. They're exhausted, right? Mm-hmm. They've been trying to stop the Chiefs for 4 quarters now. And they're just starting to keep trying. But eventually, man, defenses just wear out. When you're just leaning on them, it's amazing how an offensive lineman, you can start to gain some momentum and D linemen just start to wear out. There's no pass rush here. There's nothing here. Watch Vita Vea. Watch these guys just, look at number 9 right there.
Oh, man.
Did you see number 9 just sucking air and sucking wind? Oh, my gosh, dude, this isn't actually happening.
So you got sucking air. You're on our knees over here. You got 2 bodies just lying down here.
Yeah, everyone is just so gassed. Okay,
what is this? What is this? Just
This is a simple bootleg, right? Simple bootleg.
Just flips it in there.
Flips it to Kelce. 8 yard gain. Right. So tired. So now you're 3 plays into this. So what happens? Subs come in. Right, you're getting ready to start getting some subs come in here on this D line, right? Vita Vea's tired, everyone's tired. Boom, again, pushing the pile, driving it. Everyone's getting excited. Look to the back end here. So this is called stutter. So this is a stutter play. So you have one puller on the backside. So the guard's the full puller, the tight end's the second puller. So Wanya Morris, the left tackle here, is actually supposed to come down and get across Zero's face, and then Trey Smith should kick out Zero. But Wanya does a great job here of as Zero crosses him underneath, he takes him, Then that allows Trey to pull around this whole thing right here. So take him. Here comes the first puller. He pulls tight. Boom. Second puller gets caught. But then it's just one-on-one with the safety.
Mm-hmm.
Right, one-on-one. It's a very simple run play, and then just Kareem Hunt just driving his legs, and then you get the mosh pit behind him.
I can tell you guys up front are tired too when the mouthpiece is just
the mouthpiece is hanging.
3 hours.
Yeah. Can't breathe with this thing in.
So what's up with Patrick Mahomes' mouthpiece, by the way? Have you seen it? It's not like a mouthpiece.
I think it's an Invisalign.
It's like what you would wear to it's like I grind my teeth at night. My dentist gave me a bunch of those.
Yeah, we got a nice close up on as he was getting carried off the field before we all thought he was dead.
Paul Pierce moment.
Again, DeAndre Hopkins. I mean, the scariest thing about this game for me was the post game when Pat Mahomes was like, "Yeah, I'm starting to really trust that DeAndre Hopkins is going to win every one-on-one matchup." I was like, "Uh-oh." That's not what you want to hear if you're in the AFC West or in the AFC right now.
This is also, I'm trying to think back, D-Hop's career. So this is clearly the best quarterback he's ever played with. Who's the second best quarterback he's ever played with?
He had Deshaun Watson, didn't he?
So he had like a couple years of prime drop-off Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, he had prime Deshaun Watson. But yeah, this is by far the best quarterback he's ever had.
Just in time, man. Still got a couple
bits of juice left in him. If he starts winning one-on-one matchups, I mean, you're going to start seeing Kelce get open all over again. Worthy's going to start getting back involved in the fold.
So don't look now, but Kelce is on pace for like 110 catches on the season.
Then you just pull the old. This is a play right out of Washington Commanders. So this is a counter tag, right? So you run counter here. So you pull your two linemen to the strong side. All the linebackers overcommit, and there's no one accounting for the quarterback.
This was not a short yardage situation though. Mm-mm. So this is
just like, so everyone's thinking it's going to be a duo run to the strong side, something to your two tight end wing over here. You pull both of your backside guard, your backside tackle. You've got Kareem Hunt going over here too. The only person that's accounting for the quarterback here is this weak side linebacker.
This guy,
right? And watch, he's got to also read for pullers. So he takes 2 steps over here. 1, 2. He commits fully, and now Mahomes is like, well, he wants to throw it, but that's covered. He's like, I'll just take a 3-5 yards. Boop. Just fall down. I mean, that's just a scheme thing.
They've run that. I feel like they ran that to clinch a game early in the season.
It's one of those things where even if you just run it 2 or 3 times and it's only a 5-yard gain, now that linebacker's got to think about that. Now you got to practice about that. And now if that linebacker hangs back there for the quarterback, he's the unblocked guy in the scheme. Now if they pop it out the front side, there's nobody there.
Such classic Chiefs too, where there's all these things that you're thinking about and different, and it could just be that Patrick Mahomes keeps it on a play like that and just runs for 4 yards. And also, that's how you get
this formation is so funky. 2 tight ends in like almost a wishbone type formation. Like they start in like an old school wishbone, right? This is like 1990s Oklahoma and Nebraska under center, the triple option. But when you line up back here, these linebackers have to have so much communication. These safeties, like, hey, who has who's going where, what's the man coverage? And then you put them both on the same side out of the backfield. There's so many different combinations, right? Kelce can streak across back to the wide side of the field. They both end up coming out on the short side of the field here, which just causes confusion between the linebackers and the safety of who takes the deep route, who takes the shallow route. And then Kelce just turns around and plays pitch and catch for 6-7 yards.
So is this like, here, let's go to the is this like Andy Reid, just late at night, he's got a good cheeseburger on a bye week or whatever. He pours himself a cold one, and he's like, you know what? He's watching like old football videos on YouTube or something. Yeah. Like, I have not seen this formation in an NFL game in my life.
The Commanders have started doing it a little bit. And I think Cliff Kingsbury's done it a little bit, but that's the only other time I've seen it here, right? And so when they come in and they do this thing where they both come out the front side, it just creates like that corner there takes the shallow, which then creates the little bit. Because if you go back, watch who's 83? I can't remember his name.
I
don't know.
Put some respect on his name.
83. But if you watch like right at the beginning snap of this, he flashes to the inside like he's going to go cut back on a run play, right? So watch him. He takes that half step inside, Like he's going to come back and cut right here, which causes the middle linebacker to just bump over. Right? He just bumps over a couple steps. That's where the void is. Right? Oh, I bumped over 2 steps. Shoot, there's Kelce. Right? And you're talking about 2 yards of separation, but that's just the detailed stuff that is the Andy Reid offense, where a fake, a head pump, a step in the wrong direction is what creates that little bit of separation. And then you have the confidence in Patrick Mahomes to foot the ball where it needs to be.
So just to summarize here. So they're now on the 11-yard line, and they've hit you with 0 haymakers.
No.
It's just like little jab over here, a stabbing with a spoon, like you said, over there. Oh, put a couple tight ends in the backfield and throw it back to like 1950s football. Oh, Patrick Mahomes is going to keep it for just 4 yards. I mean, this is just demoralizing death by paper cuts. And now there's 11 yards to go in the game.
And at this point, as a defense, you're going, we're toast. Right? Like this is it. So then they come out here and then they just go back to the well. Right? This should have been a negative play.
Yeah.
Right? Again, guys are tired. That's Levante David, one of the best linebackers. Been doing it for a long time. You know, Aikman made a point. You could tell he's trying to go after the ball. But so now they're going, okay, you want to line up in this? We're going to go 5D linemen, move everyone across here. Levante does a great job of filling this off the backside because there's really not a lot of room. Vita Vea does a nice job eating up the double team here. And here comes Levante free off the backside. And he should have this for a tackle for a loss right there.
Oh, man.
I mean, that's you pause it right there and you say, Levante, make this tackle. 9 out of 10 times, you're going to go, oh, of course he does. Right. But then he just falls off. Kareem Hunt keeps rocking and rolling. And now you're down to the 8-yard line.
The sand in the hourglass.
Mm-hmm. Just tick,
trickling
tick, tick,
through, man.
So now you lined up, you ran it. Now go empty. Right. Hey, we'll motion Kareem Hunt back in here. First of all, the right tackle jumps off sides.
Yeah. And almost derails Kareem Hunt.
Yeah, he almost trips Kareem Hunt. And then you're playing such soft coverage. Look at that lineman. Did you see that lineman go flying? Trey Smith go flying over the top. Watch Trey Smith come running out here. Yeah. Like that didn't feel good. But again,
we should talk about the right tackle jumping thing. It's been a thing for like 2 years with the Chiefs.
I mean, that is a false start. It is what it is. Right. But again, there's so much to look at. There's so much eye candy. You can't cover all of them. Right. I mean, and it's crazy to say all of them where really it's D-Hop and it's Travis Kelce. And then again, you just line up and go, okay, we'll just go power football here. Boop, boop, game over.
What a terrible way to lose a football game, man.
I mean, look how demoralized Tampa Bay is because this is as simple as it gets. There's no pullers. There's no flash motions. This is just straight up power football. Pull around. I guess there was a puller. Excuse me. Joe Thuney pulled around there. Right. So they pull Joe Thuney. They go down, down, down. Everyone's just blocking their gap in front of them. They pull Thuney around. They have the lead blocker in there. I think that's Carson Steele back there leading up on the outside perimeter player. And then you just hand it to Kareem Hunt. Right. It's just everyone's blocking down. Block down, block down. Puller pulls around, whack. And then Kareem Hunt just does the rest.
Yeah. You know, I'd rather just throw like an incomplete pass on a 2-point conversion
and be done with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is kind of a waste of like a half hour of my life if I'm one of those Buccaneers players.
Yeah, you get back on the plane.
Get it over with.
You get back on the plane, you're like, man, really wish I'd have gone for 2 there, don't you think?
Yeah. A, might have won the game. B, might have a little more energy for next week's game. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, the idea of losing going for 2 and going, we had it. And losing of like, they just shoved it right up our ass all of overtime. Very different feelings getting on that plane. I mean, a loss is a loss. There are no moral victories. But, dude, win the ball. Win the game with the ball in your hand. Win or lose with the ball in your hand. You can control that. You turn the ball back over to Patrick Mahomes, it's just a bad idea.
Yeah.
It's just a really bad idea.
So before we go here, how are you? We've had an ongoing debate between you and Booney on the podcast, Lions and Chiefs. Now that you watched another Chiefs game where here they are, they're just like in this tussle, and there's definitely some signs last night that didn't exist, like DeAndre Hopkins didn't exist a month ago, and this version of Travis Kelce. So there's some different variables, but how do you reconcile the way the Chiefs are winning, which is just close every game, and the way that like the Lions are winning, or the way that I know the Ravens have 3 losses, but when the Ravens do beat someone, there's half a chance it's 33-6 in the third quarter, you know?
You look at the Chiefs and you go, they just know how to win. It doesn't matter how they get it done. They just know how to win. And that's the culture that's been built in Kansas City now for, 6-7 years, is they're never going to take the field not thinking they're going to win, right? And as an NFL player, you always take the field thinking we're going to win, but there's always that like, oh, this team's really, really good and we're struggling or whatever it is. But the Chiefs never have that doubt in their mind that they're going to win the football game. And that pays a lot of dividends when you get into the playoffs, right? When you get in the playoffs and you're a veteran playoff team, right? Everyone on that team almost has been to a Super Bowl, right? There's a few guys on there that haven't, that are new faces. But when you have guys that have been to Super Bowls and won Super Bowls, it's hard to look around and them just be like, hey, bud, we got it. It's not a problem. This is what we do. Versus the Lions, I still think the Lions are the most complete football team in the NFL. I really do. I mean, watching the way that all three phases, they obviously just traded for Zadarius Smith, who's going to be a big-time upgrade for them on the outside. I wish it was Myles Garrett. But nonetheless, the Chiefs and the Lions are right there, 1A, 1B. You can argue either way, but if you want to go record, they haven't lost yet, right? And I'm pretty sure Tampa's the team that beat the Lions. So if you want to go weird math too, like, well, Tampa beat the Lions, Chiefs beat Tampa, so therefore Chiefs are the better team. But
that's how it works. Exactly.
I still think that the Lions are the best team in the NFL.
That's going to be a wild Super Bowl. If we get there, there's a lot of time left.
I mean, there's a lot of teams you got to get through. I mean, the Bills are still knocking on the door. The Ravens are still knocking on the door. And when you are the hunted, which the Chiefs are, you get everyone's best shot.
Yeah, it's like, I know we're talking like Lions coming out of the NFC, but the Ravens and the Bills are sitting there now. Like they got the brass knuckles. Like, no, give us one. Yeah. Both those teams want, I think, another shot.
Because it's like Troy Aikman said on the broadcast, they're undefeated, but they don't look unbeatable. Right? I thought that was the most perfect way to say it. Like, they are undefeated, but this Chiefs team doesn't look like the Patriots team that went undefeated all the way. Like, they don't look like the Lions. They don't look like this dominant steamroll over you team. Mm-hmm. And that's what's going to give teams like the Ravens and the Bills and the rest of the teams in the AFC, like, we can do this. There's chinks in the armor.
But some of the best, some of the championship Patriots teams, the best Patriots team was probably the one that wound up losing, the one you said. Yep. But they would get into these games, like you might even be like into October and think, oh, Brady's cooked. This is finally the year. But then at the end of the day, they're just winning these close games throughout the AFC playoffs. And the Chiefs really are 20 years later, 10 years later, like they are the Patriots 2.0.
100%.
So with just like more back page TMZ headlines, I guess, compared to. So
crazy.
All right. He's Jeremiah Sirles for Alex Boone, Phil Mackey here. Click that subscribe button if you enjoyed this film breakdown. Maybe you're a Chiefs fan, and tell a couple football loving friends about the O-Line Committee YouTube channel. See ya.